going on YouTube? It's Craig, certified technician here at ApplianceVideo.com, and today we have a special presentation. I brought to you the Gladiator Garage Freezer, brought to you by Whirlpool, and we're going to show you how to enter diagnostics as well as go through that quick test mode. So before we get too far, make sure you like, subscribe, and without further ado, let's jump right in. To enter diagnostics, it's actually pretty easy. So what we'll have to do is look at the control panel up there. You'll see a set of snowflakes, and these snowflakes are actually numbered LED 1, 4, and 3. So to enter diagnostics, you're going to want to keep pressing your selector button until the snowflake keeps going until just the first LED all the way over to the left is illuminated. And then what you'll want to do is press and hold the door switch as well as the select button simultaneously for about 5 to 10 seconds, and then all of your LEDs will illuminate, showing you that you have entered test mode. Let go of those switches, and eventually the first LED should come on. If it doesn't come on, go ahead and press the first selector switch one time, and then the first LED will illuminate. Each one of these LEDs corresponds to a different test in the system. So when we go through it, you simply press a button, the LED will illuminate, and then once you press it again, the LEDs will turn off. And then once you press it again, let's say the next LED will illuminate, showing you that you're at the next test. So the first LED, LED 1, is going to be a cooling test. The cooling test is going to energize two different loads. First, you're going to have your fan motor running, and then you're going to have your compressor running. So if your unit is not cooling properly, this is the first thing you'll want to do. Make sure your compressor is running. Obviously, if the compressor is not running, it's not going to freeze at all. The next thing you want to check is that your actual fan motor is running as well. So open up that door, listen for the evaporator fan motor, and make sure that that is running properly. This unit needs good air circulation in order for it to freeze. Otherwise, you might have some shelves maybe on the bottom that freeze and the ones at the top that do not. So if you're having cooling problems, do the cooling test, check the compressor, check the fan. If those are running okay, go ahead and press the button again. You'll see all the LEDs will turn off. And then once you press it again, LED 4, which is the middle LED, will illuminate. And this is going to be a heater test. The heater test is built to test out the defrost system. Like I was saying before, we need the fan in order for the unit to cool. Well, this unit is a self-defrosting unit, so every couple of hours a heater turns on, melts the ice in order for you to have proper airflow. If the heater is not turning on, it will build up that ice all the way up the top, and the air will no longer circulate in the unit, thus causing cooling problems. So check to see if your back panel has ice formation. If it does, run the heater test, and what you want to listen for is a sizzle. If you hear a sizzle, that means your heater is working fine. The problem is probably elsewhere. If you do not hear a sizzle, take off that evaporator cover and start looking into those defrost components. When we press the key one more time, the third LED is going to pop up. This is a no load sequence. You don't have to worry about it. Simply skip past it by pressing it again. The LEDs will turn off, and then when you press it one more time, this will end the diagnostic sequence. Once again, there's just a couple of different tests that's in there. It's just quick and easy. At the very end, the LEDs will turn off, and then you might have a couple of different error codes that could pop up inside the system. Each one of these error codes are distinguished by different LED lighting that can appear. I'm going to give you an example. The first error code that might pop up would be if LED 1 is blinking. This is going to be a control problem. Then you may have where LED 4 is blinking, which is the middle LED. This is going to be for a temperature sensor error code. It says FC thermistor. This is the actual temperature probe inside the freezer. And then you have the third LED, which is the very last one. This LED, if it's blinking, indicates that you have a problem with the evaporator thermistor. Now, there are ways for this unit to store multiple error codes, so you may run into a situation where you have the first LED and the third LED blinking. That would mean that you have a evaporator thermistor problem and a control problem. Or you may find where maybe the first LED and the number 4 LED are blinking. This would indicate that you have a problem with the control and you have a problem with the freezer compartment thermistor. Make sure you go to your tech manual to find out which LED blinking corresponds to your unit. Now this will wrap up diagnostics on this unit. Once you get to the end, you can simply unplug your freezer for about 5 minutes and plug it back in to reset it. Now, if you do need your tech manual, you can obtain it by either going to the manufacturer's website or posting it into the repair help section on ApplianceVideo.com. YouTube, again, if you like my content, make sure you like, subscribe, and as always, I'll see you next time.